Looks like Cloud9 has a pretty solid defense.
Yeah, and then look at this, Rise Nation lock on the Zenyatta. Nothing too out of the ordinary here for Rise Nation. Will they actually just go into their left side to maybe wrap around from Cloud9, but they're just gonna brute force their way in, and Spirit up on top, looking for a target. Medical is very low in HP, has to chug onto his, take a breather, and Rolf is taking a little bit of focus there, but still, Xrexy does get the kill on Rib, but Desro does fall down to Rib.
Yeah, Rib, that's -1 tank. Also, Desro falls down, and Sure4 is halfway there till the Blizzard. Blizzard comes in great sleep coming in from the Ana, and Xrexy will fall from that clash. And looks like Cloud9 is still holding on, but then Sure4 is just gaining some distance, and he will probably fall down. Nope, there's the Blizzard. Will he release that though?
Sure4 definitely has the Blizzard, but will he unleash the ultimate? That's gonna be a no, as Spirit is actually still alive. And look at this, Desro and Spirit leaving the payload there, and Sure4 goes down, goes in onto Mendokosai, has a nice parry there, but 1 to 0 in a very quick succession. Still, Rise Nation do get the payload moving, and we'll see as they try to put it onto the second point how Cloud9 will react to this.
Oh my. So Wolf does have Nano Boost and Blizzard. Looks like they might use it later on, but the problem is there are a lot of ultimates on for Rise Nation. So just in case Cloud9 decides to do that.
That's it. High Noon activated by Xrexy. He's lighting up and gets a triple kill against Cloud9. Sure4 and Rolf, as well as Adam, the only one left standing. But the Blizzard actually activated by Sure4 there. So we do see that Locke activating his own tranquility just to keep his teammates alive for the longest time, and does do so. Spirit in a 1v1 against Rolf and takes him down. This is what we're talking about. When Spirit does have the Genji, when he has that free reign, what can Cloud9 do?
Phenomenal performance by Spirit. Alongside with him is Rise Nation. Earth Shatter being activated just to cancel the shield to give way for the Dead Eye. This is great, but then again, Cloud9, they have 3 ultimates on. They might be able to use that. That's a Graviton Surge being activated. Sure4 switching to a McCree, but then the attack from Rise Nation still continues to push forward, with Wolf holding onto that Nano Boost because they don't have the correct position. Desro is asleep right now, but Sure4 will fall down, so no one will be able to stop this Rise Nation push. And the Earth Shatter even being used by Cloud9. Looks like they're using ultimates after ultimates, but to no avail.
Props to Cloud9 here though for immediately shifting up for Sure4 to be on the McCree just to have more damage, but the problem is, like, he just can't. There's no free reign for his tanks. They immediately just melt to Rib and Xrexy, and even if they actually use Mendokosai on a Winston to just counter Spirit's Genji with the zaps, it's not enough because he has Locke's healing orbs always onto him, so he's gonna, you know, keep himself healed up, topped off, and when everything goes a little bit too hairy for him, he still has his support's ultimates to keep him even, you know, prolonged in these fights.
Yeah, they have the right ultimates for the cleanup. Spirit does have his Dragon's Blade, so this is the 3rd point. They all Cloud9's defense.
High Noon there for Sure4 though, but can he capitalize on it? Mendokosai goes in for the backline, activates the Primal Surge, and tries to focus up onto Xrexy. So this is a sandwich maneuver here from Cloud9 that they are trying to capitalize on, but Desro gets the kill onto Rib. Sure4 is there from the sides, but does not have a Deadeye to lock onto multiple targets. But there you go, the Graviton Surge makes it into an impactful play from Rise Nation, gets a 4K for their team, and only Sure4 and Rib are left standing here. Could this be my prediction coming to life? 4 minutes left onto the clock.
That was perfect execution coming in from Rise Nation. Look at that, Dragon's Blade being activated, kills Adam. Nothing worked for Cloud9 there. Rise Nation just knew what to do, and all their execution was flawless. And I think it snowballed after the fact that the Earth Shatter was used just to shut down everything from Cloud9, Reinhardt's shield. I believe that was Rib shield. And then after that, they just continued to push forward. It was an awkward call for the Blizzard to be used without any follow-up whatsoever because 3 fell down from the Dead Eye of Xrexy. So with that, Cloud9 should really reconsider where or when they should throw their... It seems like, you know, Cloud9 has really good communication based from the games of yesterday, but it seems that they are quite surprised from Rise Nation's moves and execution and how they did it so well and effectively, and that's why for me, Rise Nation looks really scary right now, especially with Spirit on a Genji, or right now he is going to use a Reaper, but still, I think Cloud9 as the attacking side might go for that Farm Mercy combo for the first try.
What I just noticed there, Cloud9 did not expect that Rise Nation would actually not be faltered or shaken up by the Ice Walls from Surefour's Mei, and I kind of thought that kind of made Cloud9, you know, a little bit too disrespectful of them. So right now they're looking to actually put Surefour in an attacking Hanzo. That's going to be pretty good, as if he gets his percentages quickly and then sets up with the Kai Graviton Surge, easy wombo combo, but then Rise Nation, you still have to note, Locke is a pretty solid Zenyatta. If he has his Tranquility, he will not hesitate to use it instantly when he sniffs out that his teammates are in danger.
For me, I think what happened there on the first point is Cloud9 went triple tank and triple... they went 3-3 with two healers, one Mei. So they will lack damage, so there's no faster damage or DPS on their side. Meanwhile, Rise Nation was all out on the damage. That's why it was so hard.
Starting it strong with a good hook onto Midnight there. No more bubbles from the Zarya will keep you invulnerable and charge up this monster. But Spirit going in does have the read form in, but was not able to capitalize and get any good shotgun kills there though. Cloud9 super fast onto the first point. And that's gonna just gobsmack Rise Nation out of it, and instant payload from the looks of it.
Well, I think Cloud9 did it faster than Rise Nation earlier. So, Mendokusai doing a rooftop first positioning just so that they can gain control and get the zoning away from Rise Nation, away from the payload, so they get a better ground for it. And meanwhile, Surefour does have his Dragon's Blade. Meanwhile, Kai will have his Graviton Surge later on, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna... No, so they're not gonna wait for it, they're just gonna use it for Rise Nation to fall back, but X-Retzi will have his Dead Eye soon, just for the zoning, but they have to deactivate Rib's shield first before that happens. So Desro will be eliminated. Looks like they are doing so well into this push.
Yeah, and Spirit is still trying to... Whoa, look at that knock up there, or knocked down rather by Rib. Setting it up, Midnight's very low in HP, has to go back. Gets actually taken down. Rib takes down Spirit with Slap. Surefour taking down Locke, so one less healer to worry about. And Rise Nation are on the retreat here. I think that they just have to keep themselves to this very last push on the second point, because where these buildings are being utilized so well by Surefour that, well, they don't have a fire, they don't really have any upline players or heroes, but Spirit's shifting up to his Genji. So this could be his answer to his, his brother.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Spirit versus... Okay, hold that thought. That's going to be a Graviton Surge being activated. X-Retzi with a Dead Eye as well. And Desro charging in just so they can get a better position. But that's going to be an Earth Shatter as well. But he does have the Discord Orb, and he will die and fall down.
The timing onto the bubbles to Spirit. He's still alive. He's actually doing the damage. And Midnight is a very highly charged Zarya right there. You can see that Adam was trying to wall skate away, but cannot do so. Gets taken down, and Rise Nation, as they immediately shift their composition, stand firm against Cloud9.
So Rise Nation finally gets a breather compared to what Cloud9 did with the defense. Rise Nation continuously attacked and pushed the payload. Meanwhile, for Cloud9, they weren't able to snowball it directly onto the second point. So it looks like Rise Nation has the time to take a breather, get a better position, and charge their ultimates, win that poke. But high ground control is obviously on Cloud9's side. X-Retzi trying to pierce through the shields, burn that down, but that's going to be a Winston.
It's going to be the Winston indeed. Desro actually missing his charge there, but this is a 4-tank composition by Cloud9. Is it going to actually pay off, as they have very little to no damage at all, and they have no ultimates to work with? Spirit is just shredding through them. He is on a Reaper. Reaper is the true tank killer, and he is giving the damage against Cloud9, and he just came out with 0%. Now he's at 100 with his ultimate.
This is just so weird. Rise Nation with a Discord Orb, a McCree, and a Reaper. These heroes are technically, no, not technically, are really tank shredders, tank killers. So now they have resulted to a Tracer just so that they can, you know, disrupt the backline somehow and distract all the healers. But it looks like that's going to be a die. Death Blossom being used, but gets hooked by the Roadhog. It's high noon right now.
Felt a bit too iffy to actually use his die there, but Xrezi being focused in by the Winston. Primal Rage activated by Mendo Kasai, or no, that's Kai rather. And Xrezi is in a world of hurt as the slaps from this monkey is gonna take him down. Cloud9 able to push back Rise Nation there. I really don't like how Spirit plays this Reaper for this game. I think just go back to your, you know, just go back to the Genji and
to where you're comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right now, though, it looks like Cloud9 has regained their composure. Swapping heroes really work for them with Sure4 on the Tracer. Really annoying, really bothersome for the Rise Nation comp, especially if, you know, Locke is going to be very vulnerable to that Sure4 Tracer. Alongside with them, of course, Mendokusai as well, shutting down Spirit whenever he goes too close or whenever he tries to be very aggressive, like what he's doing right now. Sure4 in a very comfortable
defensive sound barrier being activated by Faz there as Rise Nation tries to take control of the payload. Now, Sure4 does have the ultimate. Can he set up a beautiful pulse bomb there as Rise Nation haven't clumped up too much to hit maximum impact on this ultimate? But at the same time, while we were looking at Sure4, the other members of Cloud9 have gone taken down. Xrezi still very strong on his McCree there. Deadeye up. War chest for Rise Nation, 4 out of 6, while Cloud9 have 3 out of 6.
I'm kind of worried. My question is, did Midnight die yet? Because it feels like Midnight has a ton of charge going on, because Tracer just melted away from Zarya's lasers here from Midnight, but Graviton Surge, and it's high noon right now. Where's the shield? Where's the shatter of the shield? It looks like Deadeye has been used for a defensive maneuver to push them away, because looks like they only have a few minutes left for Cloud9. That's going to be an Earth Shatter.
Desro activating his own Earth Shatter here just to shut down Mendo Kasai's Roadhog. Now at the same time, Cloud9 have forced themselves into the payload, pushing it very close to the very end. But at the same time, they really committed to Mendo Kasai just having the honor boost onto himself, plus some heals and his own ultimate. But one Earth Shadow, one charge made the difference for Rise Nation. And Xrezi, headshot there, looks for Kai. Kai gonna have to retreat, and Kai with a fadeaway right click, bombarding Xrezi, but Rise Nation still have their own Spirit alive and waiting. 63% onto his Death Blossom, and will the die shut down Cloud9.
Oh, they have resulted and relied on Mendokai's Widowmaker just so that they'll be able to make some picks before anything else. And Xrezi switching to a Tracer, that's going to be an Earth Shatter being used as well as a Sound Barrier, and that is him charging in. Rib with little HP left. Where is your healer? Looks like that is going to be gone. He's going to be gone. And Gravitational Surge being, Gravitational Pull being used there. Almost about to live, but looks like Tracer was able to finish the kill. Mendo Kasai still finding the better position, still finding the picks so that they'll be able to create an opening for his teammates. But it looks like Rise Nation is doing so well with this defense.
You have to be wary because Rise Nation finished this with 355, and Cloud9 are 20 seconds to actually being taken down from the first map.
Oh no, Adam does have Sound Barrier and Sure4 does have Death Blossom. This is their last chance. Xrezi does have the Pulse Bomb and no ultimates except for the Earth Shatter is nearby for any sort of
overtime is here though. Sure4 is there. He does have the Sound Barrier, but is he going to be able to set up a beautiful one? Yes, he does, but still from the backline, Xrezi and Spirit doing ham gets a double kill for Xrezi. One for Spirit. Mendo Kasai still here, actually shifted up to the Trace or to the McCree. Going in, gets the headshot, but Xrezi is doing a lot of work with this Tracer here. Rolf, you're gonna get taken down in overtime. Adam, can you stick to the payload? No, he cannot, and that's gonna be it. Rise Nation take map 1. Hollywood in Rise's pockets.
Rise Nation doing a really good job from the attacking side onto the defense. They adjusted their comps well. I guess the most awkward thing I found from Cloud9 was doing the Quadra Tank, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's see the play of the match though.
So checking out this play of the match, I really have
Yeah,
to.
this is the Earth Shatter Dead Eye.
I really have to give it though to Midnight. Damn, so good.
And the shield cleans up. Yeah, the shield broke. Great timing. Blizzard was used, but no one was there to follow up. So
Wow.
that was so impressive by Rise Nation.
I just want to point out the Genji Spirit just kiting everyone, catching everyone off guard, being aggressive and being so powerful for his team.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, Cena just getting annihilated in that game.
I have to note, I was actually surprised Rise Nation won so heavily on that first map. I know it's Hollywood and this was one of their strengths, but that was actually pretty good. That was a really good show from them. Even though Faz, as the Lucio, he got 2 kills, but he did have a really badly timed ulti. Right after Spirit died, he decided, oh, I'll pop my ulti now, and it didn't help at all. That was just near the end of the first round.
Yeah,
And somehow they made that work. Sorry, go on.
yeah, that's a fine thinking. But for me, the MVP for the game would actually be Midnight right now. I mean, yeah, you have
That's true.
the very good combos from Desro. He's, again, the solid front line. He was able to set up a good Earth Shatter and actually stop Mendekosai's Roadhog push. And actually, that felt like that was one of the plays that kind of halted Cloud9. They kind of, after that play, they kind of felt that they weren't going to able to finish it off, but Midnight has been doing so many clutch bubbles. You saw how Spirit was very low in HP when he was on the defending Genji, and then he actually was saved with a Midnight Zarya bubble onto him.
Yeah, and you can't forget about Xretzi's Tracer with all the last minutes, all those clutch kills on towards the 3rd point where they were defending. It was just so difficult because Wolf just wanted to stay on the payload. A lot of them just wanted to stay on the payload and eliminate Xretzi. It's just too damn annoying because especially with the on-point tracking and managed to eliminate the significant targets that made them win that match.
Yeah, I have to say, I loved Expressi's play there. He even when Spirit would die from when he was playing on the Reaper or the Genji, Expressi would still be there to clean up what he left behind. He'd get really good pokes going, and it'd be Expressi to pick those shots up. But one of the things I was surprised about was Adam. Adam chose a Mercy at the beginning of one of their attack onto Hollywood, and I was expecting to see more of the Mercy, the suicide, so that Mercy you can have the full regroup, all refresh, and you can do the strong attacks, because as good as the Lucio Ana is so far, I feel like the Mercy could work better against Rise Nation, because you can see Rise Nation, they were getting poked quite a lot, and if Cloud9 were to come back fully refreshed with all their DPS coming out, and I mean, especially with the 4 tanks, you can't make them work unless you've got that much HP going on.
Yeah.
So that could have been a good strategy, but Cloud9 they didn't employ it. And actually, just wanted to say, when the Roadhog got the nano boost and the Reinhardt charged straight into him, pinned him against the wall, and then took him out. Normally it's the Roadhog that's the counter to a nano boost with his ulti to pull them back. But it was the Earth Shatter and then the pin against the wall that took him out, and I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I kind of put too much pressure on Spirit there from what I kept saying that, why don't you just go for the Genji? It just looked like Rise Nation from game 1 just wanted Spirit to go a little bit wild, and Xretzi was the one man who will control, be the control damage. And as long as Xretzi is alive, even if Spirit gets taken down, if Spirit can get like 2 to 3 kills, Rise Nation are happy with that, and it looked like it worked, and it did.
Man, I will just whatever the what do you call this? Whatever the results are, if Rise Nation or Cloud9 is gonna win, I'm gonna be happy because the games are just so very exciting for me right now. Because I remembered I voted yesterday Cloud9 would arrive at the finals, but then seeing Rise Nation right now, they look really solid.
Yeah, and Cloud9's gonna be on the offensive now, while Rise Nation being the defending team. Lock on his Zenyatta and Spirit playing again with the Reaper. This is a pretty standard comp for Rise Nation, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stay with what you are strong with, stick with your guns, and that's what Rise Nation is doing. They're gonna look for high ground control, and Xretzi with the McCree already at 50%.
Yeah, that's correct. And they have to solve this by Rib going in, disrupting their position here at the top side. They're pushing quite slowly, but in terms of ultimates, no one is nearby so far except Midnight. Looks like here's gonna be the first clash.
And Spirit takes down Mendo Kasai, so one Reaper less to deal with here for Rise Nation. Spirit looking, and actually Sureforce is gonna be the one who plays the Genji. Spirit has to back away. Very low on HP, but he is being healed up little by little.
Oh!
Nice connection on the stun by Xretzi there, even with Sureforce having the parry. And Mendo Kasai gonna be rising up, spots at Xretzi, but still, if the healers are there, Xretzi's not gonna be taken down too easily.
Yeah, that spot right there behind the billboards or behind that sign is just so perfect against McCree players from Rise Nation. And then all they have to do for Cloud9 for them to send them out. Desro will miss that charge, but looks like Rib is still getting into position, still getting the heals coming from the Zenyatta. And
break it down from Adam, so this is gonna be the initial charge by Rise Nation, but look at that lock. Once again, not afraid to activate his tranquility when his teammates need it, and shut down Sureforce's ultimate there. Sureforce getting charged here by Midnight, and he's not gonna have a good time. Spirit takes down Adam, and Rise Nation are holding strong under the Big Earl sign. This is looking to be a very good game for Rise Nation.
Yeah, when they saw the Zenyatta come from Rise Nation, they immediately adjusted. I don't see any Ana so far, though. I guess this is the first game we're gonna see at the MGA with no Ana. They're going for the classic Zenyatta and Lucio combo. So Winston, Rib will scare them away so that they'll have less high ground control. But Xretzi being super stubborn, staying there, but still holding on to his Deadeye, of course, with a raging gorilla on his face. But let's see, though, two members of Rise Nation has fallen down. Meanwhile, only Kai will be the casualty from Cloud9. It looks like Cloud9 is regaining their composure, regaining their position. Great job from Rib by zoning them away from high ground on top of that building.
Yeah, Xretzi for the longest time actually using or being distracted there by Rib, and well, you know, not having the McCree just for fights is gonna lower your damage output, but they're looking to counter. Sureforce immediately spotting out the McCree, takes him down, but Spirit is still here. Sureforce sheeting back his blade, Mendo Kasai activating his own Deadeye, spots no one, not gonna get any kills, but at least zones out Rise Nation for the meantime. Though at the same time, here comes Desro. Does hit the payload though, so he won't charge up onto Mendo Kasai. That could have been huge kill for Rise Nation to work with. Still, the payload has not yet been pushed onto the first point. 50 seconds remaining onto the clock, and Cloud9 are actually in danger of getting no points at all. Locke activating his own ultimate there.
Yeah, looks
as well
like,
as Rolf,
yeah.
But let's see what happens.
Anyway, Rib with the Primal Rage
4K.
being available just in case they are in need of holding on to the payload. It looks like they will not need that, and they will push through with the first. But Rise Nation actually, you know, chunked a bit of time out of Cloud9, which is actually good for them. I mean, this is still the attacking phase for Cloud9. Earlier on the defense side, Rise Nation did great. Maybe that's their specialty here for Route 66 later on, but we'll see though. But in terms of ultimates, Cloud9 does have two available for themselves. Later, if they do want to continue pushing forward or snowballing this first point on towards the second, so their technique is to always get Rib there in the front line, but Spirit will only get no one. Will actually get no one there. So great scattering from Rise Nation. And then Cloud9 though, Mendo Kasai with the ultimate available, Deadeye. Will they get an opening for that?
I don't know if this is gonna punish Rise Nation, but Spirit has been doing zoning out Death Blossoms rather than kill Death Blossoms, and that's actually made, you know, some plays for Rise Nation.
Yeah.
Able to get them these 1 to 3 kills, but at the same time, it's not as what you would think a Shadow Burn ultimate, or you know, if you
Or
play like
sure for Nano Boosted Reaper Death Blossom, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not. But then I heard a hammer down. There it's High Noon, right? Mendo
Whoa,
Kasai
fast!
not get anyone from that as well. Xretzi will eliminate him, and Rib will just try to zone away, try to be the distraction, and try to eliminate Spirit, and he will succeed to do so. And meanwhile, two members have fallen down from Rise Nation, meanwhile 4 from Cloud9. It looks like Cloud9 is really in trouble with their defense
20
here.
seconds remaining. This is going to be the final push from Cloud9. But the problem here is, the biggest problem is that they don't have any ultimates on their war chest. Adam, 6% to his, but that's going to be about it. As Rise Nation have Xretzi with his Deadeye primed and ready. What can Cloud9 do? This is going to be make or break. They have to push this to overtime and get to the second point, but can they do so? Here comes the Deadeye. He's lining it up and the push, but can he actually capitalize on this one? But no, it's going to be Dastro with the Earth Shatter, gets another kill, and could this be it? Mendicosai as well as Adam trying to stick onto the payload, but Adam gets taken down. Rolf is there. Overtime is still clocking in, but what can they do? My goodness, Xretzi stunning Shore4 in the face. Adam doing the best that he can with the wall skates, but that's gonna be it. Only 49.80 meters by Cloud9. Rise Nation have halted the push of Cloud9. They're pushing into overtime and actually burning down the timer. What a play from Rise Nation.
What a play indeed. I'm so impressed by Xretzi. I think Shore4 just wanted to try out and shut down Xretzi there, but the problem was that was a good stun. And then they still concentrated onto the supports of Cloud9. So they weren't able to actually get back into the payload. There were so many times where they are able to, you know, probably snowball it. It's just that it's really not working so well because Rise Nation is just making the plays and breaking and denying Cloud9 as they keep going. It's just so beautiful to look at.
And with that, Cloud9 are in serious heaps of trouble as they only push the payload 49.18 meters. Rise Nation look to have a fast composition with Midnight on the Diva. Dastro placing himself with the Winston and Spirit yet again on his Genji. This could be something terrible for Cloud9 as they are in risk of losing this. We've seen Rise Nation lose time and time again against Cloud9, but this could be their shining factor, their shining moment rather, to upset one of the best teams in Overwatch.
Yeah, in the Overwatch scene right now. This is just so... I don't know what's gonna happen really because Rise Nation is playing in their element. Spirit on a Genji, although I don't see an Ana as usual where you nano boost Spirit when he activates Dragon's Blade, but then I don't think it's needed at the moment. Maybe they will adjust once they see Wolf on a, on an Ana instead of a Zenyatta, but then again, they're doing a Diva instead of the usual, you know, Reinhardt, Zarya kind of thing. They're mixing it up a bit, and Spirit, again, on his element, we'll see how they execute this well. How will they scare off this high ground control? How will they separate or, you know, disengage their position here? And Rise Nation really confident with their composition at the moment.
Cloud9 have made themselves a beefy composition with a triple tank setup, but at the same time, here comes Spirit, just doing Spirit things, goes into the back line, spots out Rip and the rest of Cloud9, but has to back away. But this is where Rise Nation do tend to, you know, be at their own, dictating the pace against Cloud9 with Locke putting the healing orb, but still, they kind of overlap there though and get a lot of kills from Cloud9.
Yeah, this is quite difficult. I'm guessing they might switch if this keeps failing, but then the ultimate charges will be to waste if ever they do switch. But so they will not do that probably later if it still doesn't work after they have combined all their ultimates together. But they should be careful because Rib does have his Earth Shatter and Faz will have his Sound Barrier later on just in case they want to do an offensive attack. And looks like Shore4 is on his Roadhog at the moment. Gets this really good hook, but there's gonna be the Dragon.
The Dragon has been unleashed here. Mendicosai gonna take quite a bit of damage, but does get the kill on the Spirit there. So Cloud9 shutting down Rise Nation's first true try for the payload push with their ultimates being used. Xretzi does have his own, but gets blobbed out of the ground by Kai. Shore4 is going left and right, you know, just to take down Midnight. And Rise Nation, I think they have to shift up. That's what they're gonna do. Spirit on the Reaper just because there is a triple tank setup for Cloud9.
Yeah, that's true. And I think Rise Nation at first formed their composition knowing that they're not going to be in a hurry. All we have to do is just snowball this and Snowball are ultimates later on once they get charged up. Midnight has it, and there's Deadeye from Mendokusai. It's High Noon with a counter reply, but gets hooked and nerf this. Who is going to be the casualty for that? Only no one, actually, if you think about it. And hammer down from Rib.
My goodness, Rib setting up an Earth Shatter for the ages. Gets a triple for his team. Actually double for him, but Sure4 to follow with the second. And Sure4 is just too on fire with this Frankenstein or Junkenstein's monster. Hook after hook, Cloud9 keeps shutting down Rise Nation. What can Rise Nation do now? 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock.
I feel like Midnight might switch to a Zarya if ever later on, but they might be stubborn, might stick to the Diva instead of the Zarya Reinhardt, just so that they can counter Graviton Surge after Graviton Surge, but then still stick to
the hook! That was pretty sick, but Midnight with a timely defense matrix to save Desro's behind. But here, now we can see Rise Nation are pushing the payload slowly but surely. But the war chest, though, heavily favoring Cloud9 as Mendokusai is there. Nano Boost activated. Who did get the Nano Boost? Mendokusai does get taken down. Sure4 does have it. So this is a pretty beefy, pretty strong Roadhog. But at the same time, Spirit with his Hellfire Shotguns gets the kill. And can they actually get the first point? That could be the case, but Adam with a timely sound barrier there to stop all advances of Rise Nation. Though at the same time, here comes Xretzi, here comes Spirit, double for the DPS of Rise Nation. Comes Mendokusai, and this is Yeehaw Cowboy, McCree versus McCree, and Xretzi actually winning that duel. So it's going to be the push from Rise Nation. They're going to be able to get to the second point, or to the first point rather. But still, they need 49.18 more against Cloud9 to win this second map.
Yeah, the Diva was a right call in terms of zoning them away from the payload and gaining more territory in terms of room and lessen the pressure to the supports because they have Lock. They have Lock as a support right now, so quite a low mobility hero. So they really need the Diva, and they also need the nerf this. Sure4 almost dead.
Sure4 very low in HP. Midnight activating his own ultimate. Xretzi turns around and gets the kill onto Kai, but Sure4 up on top from behind does get at least one onto Xretzi, so that's a damage dealer for Rise Nation down. Still, so much is happening here, but Mendokusai gets pushed back by Midnight, and he does cancel out that Deadeye. Nicely timed push there from Midnight, but still Rib with the Ana Boost there, gonna make it a little bit hard for Rise Nation to actually control this payload, push the payload, but there's still a good one try here for Rise Nation as 30 seconds is left onto the clock. Adam does take down Xretzi, but still the pressure is on.
Oh my god, Adam does have his sound barrier on, so there is
Sure
still
for.
Huge hope for Cloud9 to win this. We might see a game 3. There is 16 seconds on the clock, and no one is near the payload at all. Sure4 is ready to zone them in, bother them, push them away from the payload, and zone them. Desro trying his best. He's falling all through to the payload,
Lock.
and Luck is left all alone, but there's going to be the Earth Shatter. Is that going to work? Sound barrier being used as well. Hammer down, and Adam and the rest of the members will actually, that's Rib, is going to fall. He gets pinned down onto the wall, and they reach the payload. There are two members dead rather from Cloud9, 2 members dead from Rise Nation as well. He gets stunned, and there's the Pulse Bomb not being able to kill anyone.
And still Sure4 is alive, but as I say that, there comes the Fire Strike from Rise Nation, and this is gonna be it. Overtime, who can actually get onto the point? It's not gonna be a game 3. Rise Nation beat out Cloud9 2-0. What did I tell you? There you go, boys.
Oh
I mean, what did I tell you? Hacks, obviously.
my god.
Biggest upset of all time.
That's where I set this game.
Desro! Desro on the Reinhardt, so good.
Oh wow.
How do you tag a Tracer?
Wrong prediction
with a
for me
Reinhardt?
though.
They just ignored Sure4 there.
Wow.
And that last play from the Earth Shatter, even though they had sound barrier, it still didn't work out so well. It was, we call this Rise Nation with
Wow,
the
dude.
Earth Shatter.